I have a very cool friend. His name is Aswathlal. He's a Cine artist. One fine morning, as he was having breakfast, I joined him. I was late for breakfast as I had some work to be completed. I just came and sat next to him. He then pushed towards me a glass of water. By the way, Aswath is very good at explaining things to others, that too in a very dramatic manner. Okay, after pushing the glass of water to me, he then asked me to drink the glass of water. And as I was drinking, he said, "You are a very good employee. You are highly dedicated in what you're doing. And the company that you are working for is quite lucky to have you as their employee. But you will die soon." My friend said so just because I didn't sleep last night. And he knew this happens quite often. Did you sleep well last night? Hi guys, this is Renjith and welcome to Showtime. I'm not the right person to talk about sleep deprivation because I am sleep deprived. Or maybe I'm the right person to talk about it. How many hours of sleep do you have? 6 hours? 5? 4? Or less? Don't doubt, you are sleep deprived. Mark my words, you need at least 7.5 or 7.5 hours of sleep to keep yourself healthy. I would rather say 7 hours or more. Let me share some statistics with you before we move on. That is about the 4 worst countries for average hours of sleep. Japan holds the first place in it with just 5 hours and 59 minutes of average sleep. With 6 hours and 8 minutes, Saudi Arabia holds the second place. Sweden secures the third place with 6 hours 10 minutes. And finally, with an average sleep of 6 hours and 20 minutes, the fourth place goes to India. Now, many might be thinking, "Oh, am I having sleep deprivation?" Wait, don't confirm. Before that, let me tell you about what sleep deprivation is. It is the condition of not having adequate duration of sleep to support decent alertness, performance and health. Okay, maybe Dr. Ashwati can give you a more clear picture on what sleep deprivation is.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ashwati Tharagotolapil, Consultant Pulmonologist at SUT Hospital, Trivandrum. Sleep is an essential part of a healthy lifestyle. We all need an adequate amount of sleep to function properly on a day-to-day basis. A small child, a very young child, needs at least 12 to 16 hours of sleep. When we become teenagers, we need at least 8 to 12 hours of sleep. As an adult, on an average basis, we have to have more than 7 hours of sleep per day. And elderly people, they need at least 7 hours of sleep per day. But most of the people due to today's very busy lifestyle are not able to meet these hours of sleep. And this leads to something called as insomnia or sleep deprivation. There are many other sleep disorders that can affect us, like parasomnias, hypersomnias, insomnia, sleep disorder breathing, and many like that. Of these, insomnia is one of the most commonest problems that affects many of us.
Do you have the habit of staying up late at night, watching TV series, or keep scrolling through your mobile phone, or even use your computer or laptop? All these devices emit blue light. This blue light emitted restrains the production of melatonin, the hormone that controls your sleep-wake cycle. This makes it even more difficult to fall asleep and wake up the next day. You want to know more? Go ahead, listen to the words of Dr. Ashwati.
Why do you get insomnia? Many people are having insomnia because of their busy lifestyle. For example, if it's a teenager, they will be very busy with their studies. Their increasing competition in their study, in their field of study, they require more hours of training to improve their academic excellence. And because of this, many students, they actually do not get enough amount of sleep on a day-to-day basis. When it comes to adults, most commonest thing that affects is the shift of work. If it is a factory worker or a hospital employee or a BPO employee, they'll be having night shifts, or this can lead to a decrease in sleep or insomnia in the morning. In a normal person, we have a normal circadian rhythm. Our brain is tuned in such a way that when it is night, it is time for us to sleep. Our brain identifies this and lets us sleep. But what happens when we have different shifts of work? We are not able to sleep at night, and this can result in decrease in sleep overall, because during the daytime we are unable to sleep because our brain is already tuned to the nocturnal pattern of sleep. The other most common reason for not being able to sleep is hormonal disturbances. There are a lot of hormonal disorders that can affect our body, resulting in obesity, decrease in cortisol deficiency, thyroid disorders. All these can affect our sleeping pattern. Many habits like alcoholism, smoking, and also many other addictive behaviors can also result in insomnia.
Do you have rapid mood swings? Do you get irritated by silly things? Do you wish to be alone? Let me ask you something more scary. Do you have a burning sensation in your eyes? Do you see light flashes and even hallucinations? These are not exaggerations, guys, but these are what lack of sleep would lead you to. There is more to be known about the effects of lack of sleep. Studies say that sleep deprivation is more among youths. So, I thought about getting some public responses, or rather youth responses on it.
KOC ഞാനൊരു 7 to 8 hours ആണ് ഉറങ്ങാറുള്ളത്.
On average scale 9 hours maybe.
If it is a normal holiday, usually I sleep by 12 in the midnight.
ഉറങ്ങുന്ന ടൈമായിട്ട് എടുത്താൽ ചിലപ്പോൾ 9 hours 8 hours ഒക്കെ ഉറങ്ങാറുണ്ട്. പക്ഷേ ആ ഒരു ക്വാളിറ്റി കിട്ടത്തില്ല സ്ലീപ്പിനുള്ള.
ഉറങ്ങാതിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ സാധാരണ ഞാൻ മൊബൈൽ നോക്കാറുണ്ട്, പിന്നെ TV കാണാറുണ്ട്. ഉറങ്ങാതിരിക്കുമ്പോൾ എൻ്റെ ആക്ടിവിറ്റീസ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ മെയിനായിട്ടും ബുക്ക് വായിക്കുക, ഫോൺ യൂസ് ചെയ്യുക, മൂവീസ് കാണുക.
Movies. I like movies. I like to watch movies and maybe some series or something.
I usually watch movies. I'm a great fan of movies. Whether it be any languages, I would love to watch movies. And maybe some vlogs, YouTube vlogs and all. I usually do that.
Sleep deprivation may be categorized in different ways, depending on a person's circumstances. Acute sleep deprivation and chronic sleep deprivation. Now, what do you mean by acute sleep deprivation? Acute sleep deprivation refers to a short period, usually a few days or less, when a person has a significant reduction in their sleep time. So, what about chronic sleep deprivation? It is also known as insufficient sleep syndrome. It is defined as a curtailed sleep that persists for 3 months or longer. Just imagine that you are having plenty of time to sleep. But even if you lie down to sleep, you can't sleep. Then you have insomnia. That is not sleep deprivation. On the other hand, if you don't have enough time allocated for sleep, as you claim to have work to be completed for which you give more priority, then you have sleep deprivation, and that is not insomnia.
When we have insomnia, what happens? It affects our body on an overall basis. To our brain, it reduces our attention span. We can have excessive daytime sleepiness. We are always tired. There is lack of interest in anything that we do. We will have anxiety. We will be more short-tempered. There will be a lot of decrease in attention span. Kids, they do less well in their school, in their studies. Adults, they are unable to perform well in their work. And in elderly people, this can result in also uncontrolled diabetes, hypertension, decrease in memory. When you have the earlier sign of sleep deprivation, deprivation, or you are not getting enough amount of sleep, you are having difficulty in falling asleep, you are having early awakening, this has to be identified as a problem. And once you identify this problem, you can on your own you can do some things. One is to keep a sleep timetable. Avoid shift duties as much as possible. If it is possible, you can avoid your shift duty, or if it is not possible, try to create a timetable for your sleep. Like it is daytime, you create an environment in your house, like keep the blinds closed, switch off the light, avoid excessive noise in the house, and go make an environment which is equivalent to night and try to go to sleep. If you are a person who have obsessive compulsive disorder, or you have the habit of getting up to check things routinely, you have to get medical help. You should always avoid watching television, looking into your mobiles, etc. before going to sleep. Instead of that, you should confine to reading a book or going for a small brisk walk before going to sleep. Exercise on a regular basis definitely helps to your getting into sleep very fast, and insomnia can be reduced by getting regular exercise on a day-to-day basis. Next thing is, if this is not helping you, try to get a medical help. You can meet your doctor, talk to the doctor about your problems, and then you can work out treatment plan, or find out the cause first and then work out a treatment plan for your insomnia. For this, we can have therapeutic pharmaceutical therapy and non-pharmaceutical therapies. In the pharmaceutical therapy, we can give you small chemicals that can help you to fall asleep. It is exactly to be saying we will be replacing the small chemical mediators that help you put into sleep in your brain, that will affect on your brain. They do not have long-term side effects, and these medicines are not prescribed on a regular basis. And other non-pharmaceutical treatment modalities that can put you to sleep, help you in your sleep, is for obstructive sleep apneas and other hypersomnias. Along with that, the most important thing that will be helpful to each and every one of you is to avoid smoking and also drinking alcohol, and avoiding all other addictive materials, use of addictive materials. This also can help you in preventing your insomnia. I hope that most of the queries that you have regarding insomnia is clarified. This is a quite vast topic, and I believe that in this short time span I have cleared most of the queries. Thank you.
You nurses, doctors, IT professionals, media workers, and similar professionals who work overtime, maybe out of dedication, or for money, or in fear of getting fired. Just keep in mind, compromising sleep over work is not professionalism. Rather, it is more like digging your own grave. Before I conclude, let me tell you one last fact on this. There is a Japanese term, Karoshi. Karoshi means overwork death. Lack of sleep, which results in stress, is the major cause of Karoshi. Maybe India is moving towards Karoshi. By depriving ourselves of sleep, you and I might be embracing Karoshi. Think about it. This is Renjith signing off from Showtime.